What's up, y'all? It's May, and I just wanted to come back on here to chat about what's going on and what steps we can do to stay afloat and not only survive but thrive. Okay? So, we are in a unique time where literally all of us, everywhere across the globe, is questioning every little thing that's going on. What's real and what's not real. Okay? And what gives all of us such a 4K real time view of this is this great thing called the internet. Okay? And the internet, as it's grown over these years, is starting to become a direct reflection of our collective, consciousness, our collective thoughts, our collective habits. All of these things can be tracked on this great thing we call the internet. Okay, so there's one point. Another point that I would like to touch on is who and what is trustworthy during such chaotic times. Okay, that can be answered complexly, and I wish to break the complex answer down. But the simple answer is you can't trust nobody but yourself. And the relationship with trust and your relationship of trust of yourself directly affects how you interact with trusting things outside of yourself. Okay. So those are 2 points. One thing that for forever has gotten a lot of flack, astrology. Um Astrology is a really awesome, cool tool when you approach it as a study, one, and when you give genuine curiosity to it instead of just trying to take and gain and know just immediately. When you really, really tap into astrology, I would say, just like with anything, it gives you a language for stuff that doesn't have a language, you know? And I would say it's a pretty decent framework to work with. Now, of course, I'm not telling anybody to just focus on astrology only and use that as your only thing. Okay, because then I would be spreading misinformation, and then I would get flagged as fake and people don't know what to think. But that's not at all what I'm getting at. I just want to let it be known that tapping in to your natal chart, if at all possible, the most accurate birth chart is with the birth date, birth location, and birth time. But even if you don't have, even if you don't have, let's say, your birth time, it's still a good tool. Your predictive natal chart is still a good tool to look into as far as patterns and things go, and really understanding the individual within the collective. Okay, the natal chart, I would say, is an awesome and free if you want to get into it yourself. It's an awesome framework to really get in tune with trusting the self. It helps get in tune with cycles that we are accustomed to, such as seasons and times of years and new moons and full moons and things like that. It's a great tool. So with that being said, I did want to make an announcement that I am indubitably, I'm looking at these kids, making sure they don't get hit up out in the street. Message. The natal chart can definitely be a guide, definitely help you look out for yourself in ways that literally all of us have been conditioned to ignore. Okay, but yes, I wanted to announce that I am offering natal chart readings. Now, with that being said, I am accepting natal chart reading requests via DM and via email. I'll leave that information down below. Basically, anything that you could want to know about your experience here on Earth and within this framework definitely can be touched on in the natal chart. And I'm willing to help be a guide so you can come back to the self and understand the self that still has to be in tune with the whole. So, yeah, it's not the most exciting video, but come on, guys. Getting your life together from the soul, from within, to let it reflect on the outside, considering everything that all of us have been through, no easy feat. So, don't be out here feeling low about yourself, and don't be so quick to put off things that initially from the outside don't look like they may be helpful, or you may have only heard negative things about it. Okay, whatever you put into anything is what you get out of it. So in the instance of astrology, if you only go into it wanting to take information or wanting to be seen a certain type of way, or just wanting to have surface level conversations with people, that's all you're going to get from it. And it's essentially going to backfire, because you're going to blame astrology for the effort and the choices that you put into your study. But I'm not going to get too far on that. I want us all to prosper and just completely understand that there are tools out there. There are people that know how to use these tools in a very neutral, community-oriented way, collective-oriented way. So basically for the highest and greatest good of all. But yes, if you would like to know anything more about a natal chart reading or natal charts in general, hit your girl up. So until next time,